is a Sawbill Lake put-in. Just getting ready to start our adventure. It's Monday, August 1st, 2011. It's about 2 in the afternoon. And just get loaded up. Off we go.
Here's our first campsite after looking at maybe 5 other campsites that were already taken. Kind of a hard way to come in with all these rocks, but Red is excellent at maneuvering and navigating and was able to back us up into here and unload and get the canoe up here in spite of all these rocks. Hello. Here's the fire ring. It's actually really a nice spacious campsite, and there are some little animal trails around here. We'll have a nice dinner and get a real early start tomorrow to do all those portages and find a campsite hopefully by 3 tomorrow.
This here is Ada Creek. We've decided to try and forego the portage, which I believe is up on top of those rocks. So hopefully we don't get shut out by the swamp closing in here, and we can make it all the way to the other end. So this is what we're hoping is still Ada Creek. It's narrowed down to just the width of the canoe, and we're just following it wherever it takes us, hoping that it leads us out to open water at the end. We came from over there and came up to this beaver dam. I'll bet you it's nearly a 4-foot difference between the down and the up part of the beaver dam, so it's pretty impressive. And now we're pressing on this way, so still banking on Ada Creek taking us where we want to go. I'm not sure we saved any time over the 180 rod portage, but we got a little more adventure for our money, that's for sure. So this is Camp 2, which on Cherokee Lake. Took us considerable effort to get here yesterday, actually. A couple of portages, a couple of beaver dams to navigate, and that sort of thing. So it was a pretty epic day of canoeing, but it was definitely worth it. We got a much better site than we had at Sawbill, and we've decided to stay here 2 nights just to let us just unwind and relax a little bit. So we're pretty happy with this place. It's nice and open, plenty of room for all our gear, and just in general a nice place.
is the beginning of a 140 rod portage from Cherokee to Sitka Lake. From there we have a 105 rod portage over to North Temperance Lake. And this just gives you a little idea about how steep this portage is. And although these look like nice little steps, it doesn't remain that way. So
some of this portage is a little difficult to negotiate. There's some pretty big steps. I was glad I was going up them rather than down them with the canoe. But I had read about this portage being pretty tough, and it was pretty tough. It wasn't the worst I've ever seen, but it was good to know I was in for a challenge. So here's our spot on North Temperance Lake. We were thankful to get it. We've seen a couple other people paddle by looking for places, and there's only 3 sites on this lake, so it's easy to get shut out. But here's the kitchen area. Heads up that way. Got ready to hang the food here. Here's the food barrel. There's the gravity water filter bag. You can see it in this light. There's Liz's hammock, and my hammock's down over here. We seem to be postponing the installation of the tarps at the moment, but I'm sure we'll check it out and put them up before we go to bed. But right now it's quite lovely out, and this is a nice site. We're pretty stoked about it.
Brett is going off to play in the canoe solo and also to look for some wood today. This is our 6th day, and we are on Kelly Lake. Tomorrow we will portage out through 2 different lakes. We'll have a pretty rough portage first thing in the morning.
This is the last site. We're staying here for 2 nights. We're on Kelly Lake. This is day 6. Tomorrow morning we're gonna get up and head out. So got the hammocks hung, tarps all stretched out. It's pretty good weather. A little sprinkles today, but nothing to worry about. And it was breezy this morning when we got up. And of course, coming from the opposite direction, I had this tarp set up. So I moved it 180 degrees to block the breeze. Now it's just about dead calm out. And lake's really a nice pretty lake. Went out for a couple paddles. We made some bread this afternoon just for something to do more than anything. Had some coffee. And now we're just gonna hang out till it's dinner time. Black. Portage from Smoke Lake back on to Sawbill Lake, and then it's Sawbill right on down to the Portage, or the put-in. So that's Sawbill Lake, and what do we got? 1 o'clock right now, 10 after. Looking forward to getting back and getting a hot shower and that sort of thing. It's been just a fantastic trip. So. So that's the end of our 7-day adventure. And what do we got? It's 2 o'clock, which is almost exactly what time we put in last Monday. Today being Sunday, so solid 7 days out there. It was beautiful the whole time. A little bit of rain yesterday afternoon, but that's all it was, is a little bit. And no moose, no bear, nothing. Just
no wolves to hear.
Yeah.
Some scat the last day. That's about it.
eagles and loons. That's all we got. So,
lots of loons.
But another great trip. I really like the Boundary Waters. So that's it for us.